unmute. Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream with me, Organ Aviator. Today we are on a special stream from here in Punta Arenas over to the Falklands, Mount Pleasant, which obviously is my home country. Once we get to the Falklands, we'll be descending down early, and then we hope to do a tour around some landmarks in the Falklands, although if we don't get time, I plan to do a follow-up stream tomorrow. Flight time today around 2 hours. We could be down to 1 hour and 10 minutes if we do not do the tour, but once we get the Falklands past that tour, we'll be doing an ND approach all the way down the harbour into Stanley. Obviously Stanley runway is far too short, so we'll abort the landing and then carry on to Mount Pleasant. Cruising altitude today 32,000 feet, and as you can see, you join me in the aircraft. We're gonna skip all of the briefing room and everything like that, and we're just gonna get in straight to setting the aircraft up. So currently we're connected on ground power, the IRs are aligned, and we've got a loaded aircraft. We've got 10 tons of fuel in the tanks, and we'll now set up the McDo. So, initialize SCCI to EGYP, which is Mount Pleasant. Flight number, as always, is Organ 321. We're also on VATSIM today, although there's no air traffic control anywhere near us, so I don't think that'll bother us too much. That's not what I meant to do. 320. So we'll clear ourselves straight up to 32,000 feet, etc. And flight plan, that's what I meant to press. Departure. Now I will sorry, I didn't have my phone with me. I'll just get our flight plan off my phone. So we're departing runway 30, and no star today, but we're going to NAS, next waypoint. Nice. Well, it's either 1 mile or 0 miles. I'm assuming it's this one. So we'll insert that. So it's a bit of a circling departure, I think. So A570, and we'll put that in the. Oh dear. So wait, maybe clear that. NAS, next waypoint. Is it this one? Hopefully it's this one. Airways, A570, A570. Yes, it's this one, to GAL. Okay, UW54. UW54. And also we're on a bit of time pressure as well, because this stream is like half an hour late starting. Okay, that's good. Insert. And regardless of what it says, what we'll do is we'll actually do an ILS into runway 28, and we will we'll update that if required later en route. So yeah, what I will do though is I'll just show you, because not everyone actually knows where the Falklands is, so I'll just put it up on the screen now, flight plan. Okay, so that's our route. So we're going north and then eastbound towards the Falkland. So we're going, northeast and then turning directly eastbound. We might, again, once we're actually airborne, we might just vector ourselves. We might vector ourselves direct to Mount Pleasant. Right, okay, that's all good. Now we need to sort out our weights and everything. So we are 58.1 / 30.4 30.4 and a block fuel of 10 tons. Oh, why do I keep clicking the wrong key? There we are, 10 tons of fuel. Performance, and we'll get the performance calculator up. Sync load sheet, sync WX. Runway 01. No, we're on runway 30. Calculate. $36, 46, and 46. And flaps 1. Flex 52. Alright, get rid of that again. Okay, so then, I think we're ready to go. So we'll turn on the APU. That should already be on. That's been 3 seconds. Turn that on. Beacon light on. Okay, and we are. We need to push tail left. Tail left. We need. Something like that. We'll wait until the APU's started up. Okay, and our APU started. Shut the ground power. Fuel pumps can all go on. APU bleed on. And we'll request our pushback, release parking brake, and hold. Okay, ignition start. Starting engine number 2. And there's the tug. He is lagging behind us quite a lot. Okay, and we've come to stops at the parking brake. Engine number 2 is available, starting engine number 1. And taxi light can go to taxi. Strobes to auto. And we've got no other traffic around, so we can turn the landing lights on, runway turn off lights on. No smoking signs should already be on, and the seatbelt signs. We're not performing this flight, as I think you can tell, we're not performing it too realistically. But this is a very special flight, so it'll still be good. And 32,000 feet. Setting maximum auto brake. And it's QNH of 994. Okay, engine number 1 is available. Engine mode select back to normal. Set takeoff flaps, which is flap 1. On the ground spoilers. Release the parking brake. Parking brake is released. Flight control check, so full down, full up, full left, and the roll spoilers, full right, and the roll spoilers, rudder full left, rudder full right, controls are full free and have the correct movement. And the brake test, yeah, the brakes are fine. Okay, so what's the issue here? Not too sure what the issue was there. We are taking off with a slight tailwind today, not too much, but we certainly have a bit of a tailwind. And we want to come down Echo here. And then we want to turn left. We want to turn left and backtrack runway 01. Okay, check the cabin. Ooh. Those two wind shocks are showing completely different readings, but never mind. So we're backtracking runway 01, and then we want to make another left turn to backtrack runway 30. We're going very fast for that turn, we'll just slow down. And now we're on runway 01. I should probably make a call on VATSIM, not that anyone is near us, but well, we'll just set 1 to 2.8. Sierra Charlie Charlie, India traffic, Organ 321, we're backtracking runway 01, shortly departing. En route for Mount Pleasant in the Falkland Islands shortly, departing runway 01. It's got a very long name, this airport. I didn't want to read it out. I think it's something called Presidente Carlos International Airport. Now, I was going to do something. I know what I was going to do. I was going to turn on our... we'll do that. We will turn on TCAS once we're nicely lined up on the runway. And we'll turn it around here. A bit more thrust. Okay, and we are lined up. Parking brake set. Let's go forwards a bit. On auto TARA. Ooh. TA only. Yeah, that's sensible, and we're squawking 2000. So, confirm runway 30, check the takeoff config, so check the cam, takeoff no blue. I'm happy, let's do this takeoff, start the chrono, set 50%. And release the parking brake, so we're holding it on the toe brakes. 50% set, engines are stable, release toe brakes, set takeoff thrust, Manflex 52 SRS, run, no runway but we've got nav and auto thrust, blue, half side stick forward. $80 knots, side stick to neutral by 100. V1 continue. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Took a long time to reach rotation speed there, we just weren't getting to it. Okay, and so climb thrust. Thrust, climb, and auto thrust is engaged. And pitch forward to accelerate. We can pitch forward a bit more. And start pitching up. And we've reached that speed, so flaps up. And we need to keep pitching up. So our speed target has moved to 250 knots. We've got quite a lot of turbulence around it. and level off and start turning left. I think it'll tell us in a moment. Yeah, there we are. I'm expecting it to want quite a steep left turn. This is also a real-life LATAM route. It's flown on a Saturday. I'm not sure of the exact flight plan, but there's a LATAM flight that flies from Punta Arenas over to the Falklands every Saturday. It lands in the Falklands at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I hope I've got that right at least. And we're just going to keep hand flying it. There's no reason to go over to the autopilot just yet. And let's pull for open climb, 320, and it wants us to level off about here, roll level about here even. Okay, and our speed target's changed to 330 knots, and it wants us to set standard pressure. Do that on that and the standby. If you're liking this live stream so far, then you can feel free to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and if you do have any questions, if you're watching it live, leave it in the live chat and I'll answer it. Otherwise, you can always leave it in the comment section. I'll just reiterate that I do actually come from the Falkland Islands, so I do have a reasonable amount of knowledge. Okay, and we'll turn on the autopilot. So after takeoff checklist, flaps are up, we can disarm the spoilers, turn the landing lights off, and those lights off. When we turn off lights off, we can turn the APU off. We should have already done that. And we can also turn the seatbelt signs off. Right, so what I'll do now now that we're established in the air, is I will just have a look through our flight plan. Okay, I reckon that we can let's park. And our next waypoint is Palix. So we'll look down. Right, Palix is our next waypoint, so we'll clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. And we'll head direct to Alpha. Clear that. Insert. Cool. So that should take a bit of time off of our flight. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're about 20 miles away from Palix now. We're passing flight level 215. And we've been in the air just over 10 minutes. Well, now almost 12 minutes actually. See the view out of this the first officer's window. Very nice. And then that is the South Atlantic Ocean over here. And we're also going to have a tailwind behind us. So we'll be doing we will be doing about 500 knots ground speed once we get properly en route. And any moment now we'll be turning right. There we are. And we can watch our ground speed increase at 480 knots, 485 knots, 490 knots, 495, 500 knots, and it's just going to keep increasing. 510 knots, 525 knots, and Alpha is in 430 miles. And we're doing 540 knots, 550 knots, 560 knots, So we might not have time for the tour around the Falklands today, but we'll still try and do the NDB approach into Stanley, the aborted NDB approach into Stanley, and then go around and go to Mount Pleasant. And of course we'll do the tour of the Falklands tomorrow. If you've just joined us, remember to hit that like button if you do like this content. Please subscribe. We're currently en route to the Falklands now. The Falkland Islands is my home. We've got just under an hour to of flight time remaining. And also, if you've just joined us, remember that you feel free to ask any questions you might have, either about Microsoft Flight Sim, the FENIX, or of course the Falkland Islands, which we're flying to at the moment. Okay, so we're at flight level 310, climbing 320. We've got just under an hour of flight time left. We've got a 110 knot tailwind, almost direct tailwind, pushing us along today. And I'll put on screen now where we are in relation to our destination. So you can see where this blue little triangle thing, arrowhead, and we've deviated from the flight plan ever so slightly, just to speed up the flight basically. So I'll just put that away. Now, I've just spotted a spelling mistake in the title of this video, and I do apologise for that. Punta Arenas is meant to be spelt A-R-E-N-A-S. And I've spelled it A-R-A-N-E-S. So I'll be changing that the moment I've finished streaming. Okay, we've leveled off at flight level 320. Okay, so in theory we have, if we keep going at this speed, we have 40 minutes until reaching waypoint Alpha, but of course we'll slow down in the descent, and of course our NDB approach into Stanley will take up probably a good 10 to 15 minutes. In fact, that is a good point. What I'll do is I'll program into the McDo that will be landing at SFAL, which is Stanley. So new destination SFAL. New destination SFAL. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Right, now what's happened here? So we're going to there. SFAL arrival, NDB runway 09. Insert. We'll select heading mode, I think, just in case I mess something up. So we'll insert that. Alex, we've got 9DME coming in. Final fix 09. Okay, I'll go on the plan view quickly. So we're here, and it's an NDB into Stanley. That looks right. Now, remember, Stanley is built for much smaller aircraft. That's why it's a very short final. But that looks... yeah, okay, that looks accurate, so I'll push for heading. And we'll go back to ARC mode. Okay, so the Falklands are now in view on the nav screen, nav display. And we're turning right onto our flight plan. Okay, so we'll pretend that we are landing in Stanley. We'll do the usual approach briefing, just make sure that we're aware of the actual approach. So let me get that up. Okay, I'll just get that up on screen. Right, here's the approach chart for Stanley. And we'll just go into the RadNav page. And ADF1 should be DFO / 113.3. Maybe not. Ah, okay, maybe it's actually SA / 305. No. That should work. Okay, so it might be IAF 305. No, it wouldn't be IAF / 305. No, it doesn't like that. Let's just try DFO / 113.3. We've tried this before. Let's just see. No, it doesn't like that. Okay, well, we'll set up the secondary flight plan. Copy the active. We're coming in. Except we'll go from here to a new destination, which is EGYP. At EGYP we'll do at EGYP we'll do an arrival ILS 28 no star return, and we'll just check that. No. So let's go back. We'll delete this waypoint. And we'll go final fix 09 here. That would be 297. That would probably be here. Wait, secondary flight plan. Secondary flight plan, delete the secondary, copy the active, and why are we okay, that's fine. We'd obviously been hit by a bit of turbulence. I can't work out why. Maybe if we were to put in alpha here, to put in. Okay, we're just being hit by a bit of turbulence, nothing more. Right, let's just go back onto plan view, and let's wind the range right down. Okay, so our secondary flight plan gets us coming off of here, that's correct. Arrival ILS 28. It does not like that for some reason. Clear that. Okay, I think I know what the issue is. So what we'll do in this case is we'll come down. This should be our... No, we'll return that. Sorry about this. I can't work out. Okay. I can't work out why this isn't working, but we can go just direct to Alpha, 239 miles away. No. We want clear Alpha. Okay, so we've missed the approach. We've missed the approach and we'll just go direct to Alpha. I think I'll just insert it as a direct to anyway. And then what we can do is EGYP and 28 9-mile radius and a of 101. So a radial of 101, return, and we'll just cycle through the flight plan. There we are. So we've got our approach in Stanley. We'll abort that up to about 5,000 feet, turn right and intercept the ILS for runway 28. And with that in mind, we will go ILS is IMP 111.9 111.9, and we get a format error, and I'm not too sure why that is. Okay, we'll go back to ARC and we'll discuss it on our descent down. Then our approach briefing into MPA could be done in a hold of some sort, if it comes to that. And I'll get the chart away for you. That was a completely wasted approach briefing, although we the only useful thing we can really do now is run a landing calculation for MPA. So we'll go Echo Golf Yankee Papa, dismiss, runway 28, and it's going to be dry. Grab the metal, and our landing weight, we will take about 500 kilos of fuel off of this. So let's say 6 tons. That's a nice round number actually. So it's 6 tons plus this, so it's 54.1 is our landing weight. 54.1 tons of fuel. Low auto brake, that's fine, and I'll just bring that up. So as you can see, we've got plenty of runway to play with. Let's see what our recommended altitude at the moment is. 350, so I reckon we can go up to 350. We'll press open climb, so thrust climb, open climb, and nav obviously. Okay, we're just passing flight level 330. Not quite sure why we're so far zoomed in. And the Falklands is in view, look at that. Let's just look at this. Okay, so I mean I can brief you on the approach into Stanley, so I'll just get that up for you now. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so here we are. Forget that we haven't got anything tuned yet, that doesn't matter. And we don't need to brief the landing, because unless something's gone horribly wrong, we will never touch the runway. We will abort probably at the minimum, which again, my charts are not working. I'll bring the mouse over. So our minimums are 520 feet, so we'll put that in. Barrow altimeter 520 feet. Okay. This data doesn't really matter, although I do have it if we. Where is it? QNH1002, and temperature is 19 degrees. That's all I'm going to put in here. No, I'll put in the wing. 220 at 19. Okay, so we've got a slight crosswind, and it's also a tailwind, so that's something to bear in mind. Minimum's 520 feet. We will go around at 520 feet. So, let's flick back to the chart a moment. So the platform altitude 2,200 feet, and we want to be at that at 6.5. Dear me, remember this is an NDB, so we won't have glide slope reference, although it is a 3-degree glide slope, so we'll probably fly it in track FPA mode. We've got an inbound heading of 083 degrees, so we'll just remember that it's slightly off the runway heading, it's not directly down the runway. And as I say, the minimum descent altitude 520 feet, which is 451 rad out. We've got circle to land procedure, we won't be doing that. Once we're aboard the landing, we'll go back up to 5,000 feet and sort out our real approach into Mount Pleasant. Threats to be aware of, obviously we're not landing at Stanley. There's not too much terrain about, but another threat obviously is it's an NDB approach, which is non-precision. Visibility, however, is fine. We've got a bit of a tailwind, so all in all, we've not got too much to worry about. And what we'll do is, where we have the secondary flight plan, we get ourselves to Alpha eventually, and we'll do a hold at Alpha. Right turn, inbound heading 281 degrees. Would that be correct? I think 281, 281. No, revert to computer, that's fine. So we've got a hold at Alpha, and then we'll activate our approach once everything is in order. Okay, so I think that is the approach in Stanley, the approach briefing completed. And we've got 40 miles until our top of descent. So there's no harm going over it once more, is there? We'll look at what we've got. So Alpha, yeah, that looks reasonable. Yeah, that looks very reasonable. Okay, so we're now coasting in over West Falkland, so I'll make a call on that. Falkland 321, we're at flight level 32, correction, we're at flight level 350, coasting in West Falkland en route to Mount Pleasant. We are doing an NDB approach into Stanley as well. We'll shortly be descending. Coasting in West Falkland. I highly doubt there's any other traffic anywhere near us, but just in case. Okay, so this big channel of water you see coming up here, that is Falkland Sound, between East and West Falkland. And also tomorrow I will be doing a tour of the Falkland Islands, probably in the FENIX A320, although I might take something smaller, maybe even a Cessna or something like that. That would be amazing if you would leave in the comments what you'd like to see me fly tomorrow. Okay, we've got about 7 miles until our top of descent. And we'll turn that up to 40 miles. And our platform altitude's 2,200 feet. So let's put in 3,000 to start with. And we'll do an open descent. So thrust idle open descent, and we will put on the seatbelt signs. Right, we've got a pink line extending from the runway. That's because I have got FLS, I believe it is. I've got that enabled. We won't be using that today though. We'll go right overhead MPA, and then we'll do a little left turn, coming over the west end of Stanley as we descend down the harbour. We'll be on a quite a nice course to look at the MPA runway as well, actually. We might be able to see it now. No, we can't see it yet. But Stanley is up in this harbour up here. Daniel, hello, that's absolutely fine. We're now on our descent. My plan is I'll do the tour around the Falklands tomorrow, but for now we're going to do an approach in Stanley, then go around and set up for an approach into MPA instead. Feel free to leave a like as well, Daniel. That would be much appreciated. Okay, so we're just passing down through flight level 225. We should be starting the approach in the next probably 10 minutes. Okay, and we can turn the landing lights on. We can turn the taxi lights on and runway turn-off lights on the ground spoilers. We don't need the auto brake because we're not landing. Thank you, Daniel, for leaving a like. That's greatly appreciated. Remember, any questions you have, feel free to leave them in the chat. And what we'll do now is we'll activate the approach phase, confirm activation, and we'll also pull the spoilers because we're very high on our profile. And the computer's frozen. No, it hasn't. Okay, so we're now slowing down through 260 knots. And what I'll do is I'll just pull the speed to 30 knots. I've had a few viewers, but not too many on this stream. We're always looking for more viewers to grow the channel. Right, what I'll do is I'll wind the speed up, see how fast we can come down. Great. If you've just joined, then feel free to leave a like. If you like this content, please subscribe. Any questions you have, just post them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. Right, we're coming down fairly rapidly now. We won't bother with the 10,000 feet speed constraint of 250 knots. We'll just try and get down as fast as possible. Okay, so here's Stanley, where my mouse is. That's Stanley Airport, and then Stanley as the city is on the southern side of the harbour, and our approach will join from the west side of Stanley and fly all the way down the harbour past everyone's houses. Right, we're passing down through 7,000 feet, so we'll set our coordinate there. This was slightly bad speed planning by me, because we're very fast and quite high. Might have to be a visual approach into Stanley. Yeah. So for our approach in Stanley, I reckon we should be at Stanley runway in about 3 minutes, and then we'll obviously go around. We should be on the ground in MPA in about 15 to 20 minutes, hopefully. Flaps 1, speeds check, flaps 1. Am I still frozen? Because the flight zone's fine. Flaps 2, speeds check, flaps 2, and gear down. Okay, so our approach hasn't quite turned out as I hoped it would. However, there was quite a lot that could have gone wrong, so I'm not entirely surprised, I have to say. That's great, it's back to normal. Now, from living here and being in aircraft doing approaches into Stanley, I can confirm that this is a very accurate representation of what the approach looks like. Okay, so autopilot off, I have control. We're doing a visual approach because I have not managed to get the DME showing up. But we're coming down this this little bit of buildings down here. That's called Mink Park.
2000.
And then this piece up here, that is a new development called Sapper Hill. Then down here where my map's, that's my old school. And then this jetty thing over here, that is called Bypass. That's our dock for the smaller cruise ships. Oil tanks, not oil tanks, they're not, but these tanks down here, that's the camber. Oh, I've just got a message saying that the speed brake's still extended. We'll sort that out. Okay, so flaps full. Landing checklist. Landing no blue. But obviously we'll be going around anyway shortly. So we're nicely lined up with the runway, so this will be a stable approach. We will go on secondary flight plan, activate the secondary flight plan. This is the Lady Elizabeth, this ship down here. As discussed, we've got a bit of a crosswind. Stanley Airport is right in front of us. This is Stanley Airport that we're approaching.
500.
Far around.
400.
Mantoga SRS, nav. Go around flaps. Positive rate gear up. We'll put 5,000 in. And we've got nav set up already. Flaps to 1 above S speed. Yeah, Mink Park's just a housing development. Okay, thrust climb, open climb, and nav. Fix. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how far. Oh wait. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sorry. So I pointed out Fix. That's my school, obviously. Yeah, you are lagging behind quite a lot. Is it frozen for you at the moment? Okay, above S speed flaps up. Yeah, it's yes, I see that. I'm also watching. I'm also watching on my phone. There's not much I can do about that. Right, yeah, I see exactly what's happening for you. Yeah, our internet speed seems... Oh, no. Hopefully the speed will come back. In fact, I'll just... Okay, let's just... our internet speed should have come back. No. We're not gonna set standard QNH. Okay. Right, nothing's exactly gone to plan because my internet speed is extraordinarily slow. So I'm very sorry, but the live stream part of it hasn't quite turned out as expected. But you can always catch up on YouTube later. Alex Kim, hello, how are you? Yeah, I'm very sorry, Alex Kim. It's buffering quite a lot. That is entirely because of me. The internet's very slow here. Yeah. Right, so we're programmed to go into hold at Alpha. Daniel Mills, hello. Is there any news? Has it sped up at all? Right, we'll get into the hold anyway at Alpha and then discuss our approach. Right, I'll bring up the charts. Okay, at Point Alpha we want to be at 4,700 feet, so I'll put that in here. 4,700 open descent, thrust idle open descent. Alex Kim, we are in the Falkland Islands, which is my home. We're not doing a traffic pattern. We've just done an NDB approach into Stanley, and now we're heading to Point Alpha to start the ILS into Mount Pleasant. Yeah, so if you're liking this stream, don't forget to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more streams like this, please subscribe. It would really help out the channel. And thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Daniel Mills, so, in what you're seeing, where is the aircraft? Okay, so I will get rid of the charts now. and the ILS into MPA is fairly straightforward, with the small issue that the destination we need to put in as Echo Golf Yankee Papa, insert, so arrival ILS to 8, insert. We've still got that, that's fine, and we'll get the ILS up on screen. Performance wise, we'll activate the approach phase. Enter destination data 1002. Temperature is, if I can get it up on screen, Meta, 19 degrees. And it's 200 at 18 is the wind. And the minimums is 200, and that's rad out. Okay, so I think that we can actually just exit that, insert. We'll put on the localizer, in fact we'll arm the approach. Okay, that's good, Daniel. The problem is at my end, because it seems as though my internet is very slow. That seems to be demanding a lot more speed than it was on the last stream. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but I'll sort that out for our long stream tomorrow. Okay, so we've got outer nav, lock and glide slope. Here we are. So lock, start, and we've got glide slope engaged. Flaps 1, speeds check. Flaps 1. Okay, we've got plenty of time to slow down. We're on an 11-mile final. Okay, flaps 2, speeds check. Flaps 2. And flaps 2 will, of course, help us slow down considerably. Yeah, we're back in the green on the stream thing. Okay, glide slope established. Go down. Flaps 3, speeds check. Flaps 3, and we've nosed down a lot. We're recovering those, so I'm happy. Okay, flaps 4, speeds checked. Flaps full. We've got a lot of turbulence, and we've got a crosswind from the left,
2,500.
and our aircraft's being thrown around a lot. A go around is possible considering these conditions. And once we have landed in Mount Pleasant, there's a very, very short taxi in. And of course, we'll turn on our low auto brake. All of the lights are set. Flaps full speed brake armed.
2000.
Okay, landing checklist. Check the cam. Landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. Okay, so we're just approaching the MPA road in a moment or two. So this road coming along from right to left over here, that's called the MPA road. And the stream has, the internet speed's gone back into the red. No, now it's amber, now it's green again. Okay, we're approaching 1,000 feet. One thousand, that is stable. Okay, so we're just passing over the MPA road now. Autopilot off, I have control. And we're just following the flight directives. And we're now looking outside of the window and using the flight directives. We're a bit low.
500.
3 red, 1 white. We'll just
400.
rest the rate of descent ever so slightly. 2 reds, 2 whites.
100 above.
Now it's back to 3 reds. Come on. And
Minimum.
we're crabbing into the wind. Minimum continue.
100.
Okay.
50, 40, 30,
Cut.
20.
Decrab. We've not got spoilers. We don't need reverse either. And we're a bit all over the runway. And manual brakes. Stop the chrono right there. Welcome everyone to Mount Pleasant in the Falkland Islands, a flight time of 1 hour and 21 minutes. And we'll exit the runway. This is not the most complicated taxiway system you've ever seen either. In fact, it's very simple. Okay. And APU on. Landing lights off. It's a nice clear day, so we'll turn all of the lights off. Flaps up, disarm the spoilers, and follow the taxiway in. And you know what? I forgot to start the replay again. So unfortunately we won't be able to watch replay, but we will be able to shut the engines down for once. And this is a very familiar view here. Every time I got back to the Falklands after coming up here for clinic, I used to see this view out of the window. In fact, let's just see if we can do that now. 4, that's the one. Nope. Out 3. Why is this not working? Out 4, out 5. There we are. That view. Look at that. Yeah. Very memorable view. Anyway, we will just park up about here on these markers. And for the first time ever, my channel livery is now in the Falklands. So APU is available. shutting down the engines. N1 is less than 10%, we can turn the beacon off, AP bleed on, and we can take a look outside. Look at this livery, beautiful livery. Let's put some new stairs up as well. Ground services, Ford R1. There we are. Look at that. There we are. The doors are open, and welcome to the Falklands. Let's leave it on that view there, I think. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. That has been quite a wonderful flight, and don't forget to join me tomorrow. Hopefully I should be live again at about probably either 10 in the morning or about 2:30 in the afternoon, where we will be exploring a bit more of the Falklands, either in this aircraft or something a little smaller. Okay, so for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again, hopefully tomorrow, in our next live stream. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.